Well, welcome to the 700 Club. Surging through China at lightning speed, the country is feeling the full impact of COVID for the first time in nearly 3 years.
Well, in response, the United States is cracking down on travel from China. National security correspondent Caitlin Burke reports on what else is being done to protect Americans here at home.
A new wave of travel restrictions are in effect for passengers flying in from China. Anyone 2 years and older must now provide airlines with a negative COVID test result taken no more than 2 days before departure.
Given the fact that we don't have clear data about how much COVID is circulating in China and what variants are circulating, I'm not surprised that the CDC has taken these additional steps to keep the United States protected.
Health experts now say with certainty that the COVID situation in China is bad, although Beijing has yet to release any official data.
For a country as vast as China, it's very difficult. You can follow the same news stories that everyone else is and see pictures of makeshift morgues and swelling hospitals, but it's actually very difficult to get a sense of just how representative this is.
Given the communist government's continued lack of transparency, other countries are also pushing for greater restrictions. However, Dr. David Dowdy, an epidemiologist and professor at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, says he doesn't believe a new variant should be a major concern.
Even with this surge, I'm sure that in January, China is not going to account for the majority of the world's COVID-19 transmission. This is something that's happening around the world, and these every time the virus is transmitted, it gets a chance to mutate.
Dowdy believes the biggest flaw in Beijing's zero COVID reversal is failing to mandate vaccinations before removing restrictions. He also maintains the world's biggest focus should be on humanitarian aid, as China's death toll is likely skyrocketing.
We're talking about a country that has more than 4 times as many people as the United States, and this wave is going across the entire country at lightning speed, when a lot of people have not been vaccinated or ever seen this virus before. And so this is COVID mortality on a scale we haven't seen globally since last winter.
Caitlin Burke, CBN News, Washington.
I don't know about you. I feel compelled to pray for the people of China. This virus is absolutely horrible, and to go through it with limited access to medical care. They weren't properly vaccinated before they undid all of the restrictions. The restrictions were draconian. You understand all the protests with that. But to let it be open without taking the precautions necessary, the impact on the people is absolutely devastating. So pray for the people of China. They're made in God's image. He loves them very dearly, and let's love them too. In other news, Republicans and Democrats want to know a lot more about the classified documents found at President Biden's former office. Ephraim Graham has more on the story from the CBN newsroom. Ephraim?
Gordon, the House and Senate Intelligence Committees are requesting a damage assessment. The president said he was surprised by the discovery and he doesn't know anything about the materials. His attorneys reportedly discovered about 10 documents, some marked top secret, in an office he used after his 2 terms as vice president. Attorney General Merrick Garland directed a U.S. attorney to review those documents and provide guidance. The revelation could be a political headache for the president, who called former President Donald Trump's decision to keep hundreds of such records at his home office in Florida irresponsible. Republicans also want to know why the administration did not immediately disclose the discovery, which happened in the days before the midterm elections. A computer failure at the Federal Aviation Administration forced flight delays across the nation this morning. The FAA ordering airlines to delay domestic departures for more than an hour after a computer outage shut down a key system affecting flight safety. The Notice to Air mission system sends pilots updates about flight hazards and other information. The breakdown stranding travelers on planes while teams work to resolve the issue. The FAA lifted the pause at 9 a.m. Gordon, back to you.
Well, we can't seem to fix our transportation problems. The whole system got overwhelmed over Christmas as people being released from all the COVID restrictions right here and saying, let's get together, let's celebrate Christmas together. And just it seemed to overwhelm the transportation system. Now we're back at it again. We need to pray. We need to pray, God, please release us from these things.